Contreras ejected, hits own coach with bat. Cal Raleigh is closing in on MVP. Caminero makes history. Enrique Hernandez was activated off the injured list Monday, putting the Los Angeles Dodgers a step closer to getting back all of their key players who have been sidelined. The 34-year-old infielder/outfielder had been out since July 6th with left elbow inflammation. Jose Siri is set to take a big step towards a potential late-season return to the Mets. The speedy outfielder will officially begin a rehab assignment with the Low-A squad down in Port St. Lucie later this week. Siri has been sidelined since April 12th due to a fractured left tibia. He appeared to be closing in on a return late last month, but hit a bit of a setback in his recovery when imaging showed the bone hadn't healed to the Mets' liking. Instead, he ended up being shut down from all baseball activities until he was finally able to ramp things back up over the past couple of weeks. Having missed so much time, though, Carlos Mendoza expects Siri to still be a couple weeks away. Mets catcher Francisco Alvarez took batting practice on Monday at Citi Field as he works toward a potential return from a UCL sprain in his right thumb. Alvarez was placed on the 10-day IL last Tuesday, with the plan at the time being for him to be reevaluated in 10 to 14 days. The catch, then and now, is that Alvarez will eventually need surgery to repair his injury. But the hope is that he'll be able to play through it upon his hopeful return and through the remainder of the season. Texas Rangers second baseman Marcus Semien has a broken bone and a sprained ligament in his left foot that will almost certainly end his regular season. Manager Bruce Bochy said the recovery time is 4 to 6 weeks for the injury that occurred when he hit a pitch on the top of his foot in Kansas City. Cam Schlittler is for real. The 24-year-old rookie, in his 8th start, followed this past Wednesday's career-best outing with a close second. Behind Schlittler, who struck out 8 and walked 3 while scattering 4 hits on 96 pitches, 63 strikes, over 6 scoreless innings. On an inconsistent team, Schlittler has developed into a rock for the rotation and serious candidate to be in the mix this postseason as he progressively shows his top-of-the-line potential. Los Angeles Angels manager Ron Washington said Monday that he is recovering from quadruple bypass heart surgery. It's the first time he has publicly addressed the health issues that have sidelined him since late June. Netflix is continuing its effort to expand its streaming of live sporting events, now making a push into Japan. MLB and the streaming giant have agreed to a media rights deal in which Netflix will be the exclusive broadcaster of the 2026 World Baseball Classic in Japan. The deal does not apply to broadcasts in the United States, where the 2026 WBC will be broadcast on Fox and MLB Network. Willson Contreras hits Cardinals coach in face with bat toss during meltdown after correctly called strike 3. This is quite the meltdown. St. Louis Cardinals designated hitter Willson Contreras lost his cool Monday night after striking out against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Following an exchange with home plate umpire Derek Thomas, he threw a tantrum that's certain to draw the attention of MLB. The incident took place in the bottom of the 7th inning, as the Cardinals held a 6-5 lead with a runner on first base and Contreras at the plate with 1 out. Thomas correctly called strike 3 on an NC0-2 fastball that Yohan Ramirez threw over the middle of the plate at Contreras' knees. At first, Contreras appeared to accept his fate as he walked immediately toward the dugout after watching the ball cross home plate, but he looked back at Thomas as he walked away, and chaos ensued. Broadcast cameras didn't catch what immediately happened next, but things had escalated by the time they focused back on Contreras. Contreras was heated as he spoke with Thomas, who'd walked toward the dugout to engage with him. Contreras then got in Thomas' face and started yelling before being restrained by Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol. By this time, Contreras had been ejected. Bench coach Daniel Descalso put his arms around Contreras and pulled him toward the dugout, as Contreras continued to protest, bat still in hand. Before Contreras made it to the dugout, he threw his bat back toward the scrum of people. It hit another Cardinals staffer in the face. When Contreras finally made it to the dugout, he found a bucket of candy and threw it on the field. The issue, he claims, wasn't over the 3rd strike call. Contreras admitted that the call was correct and that he struck out on a good pitch. Rays, Junior Caminero makes 22-year-old history. Tampa Bay Rays third baseman Junior Caminero just made history at 22 years old, launching yet another home run to fuel his incredible streak. For a team searching for a spark, the Rays have found one in their precocious young slugger. Caminero continues to rewrite the record books, one swing at a time. What sets this run apart is the context. Junior Caminero became the first right-handed batter aged 22 or younger. to hit 11 or more home runs in a 16-game span since Bob Horner in July 1980. That's elite company and a rare bridge across 45 years of power-hitting history. It's not just about volume, it's the consistency and speed of his impact. Game after game, Caminero delivered his most dominant performance yet. The 22-year-old went 4 for 5 with a single, a double, 2 homers, 4 runs, and a stolen base. Can Cal Raleigh outrun Aaron Judge for AL MVP? When Salvador Perez hit 48 home runs in 2021, he broke a single-season record for a primary catcher that had stood for over half a century. As such, he probably figured the record would be his for a long time. But on Sunday, Cal Raleigh saw to it that Perez's record didn't even last 4 full years. With 2-run blasts in the first and second innings, Raleigh collected his 48th and 49th home runs of the season to tie and then surpass Perez's record for a catcher. One question now is whether Big Dumper can beat the single-season record for home runs as a catcher, which seems eminently doable. His 2 on Sunday give him 40 for the season as a catcher, putting him just 2 shy of Javi Lopez's record of 42 from 2003. Raleigh also has a shot at other records, of course, including Ken Griffey Jr.'s Mariners record of 56. There is otherwise still a chance of him at least matching Aaron Judge's American League record of 62, set just 3 years ago in 2022. FTER Mariners fans are done celebrating Raleigh's newfound place in the record books. It'll be time to say what we're all thinking. He needed this. If Raleigh does go on a heater to finish the season, the pressure in the AL MVP race will be all on Judge. He built what seemed to be an insurmountable lead early in the year, but his bulky elbow has changed the equation in a major way. He can no longer play the field, and he's only hit .218 with 3 homers since coming off the IL on August 5th. To be clear, Judge still has a 1.114 OPS and 6.8 RWAR. Both are good for sizable advantages on Raleigh, who entered Sunday with a .930 OPS and 5.4 RWAR. At least as of Sunday morning, it was therefore hard to argue with betting odds that had Judge as the favorite to claim what would be his 3rd AL MVP. This is nonetheless a race that is far from over, and what Raleigh did on Sunday was reignite his candidacy in a major way. All he has to do now is keep the flame lit and torching baseballs, just as he did Perez's record.